Dr. Deshwal, the Constitution clearly guarantees equality. It prohibits discrimination. Why in 2026 we're still seeing such blatant violations, that too in public spaces? Many argue that the existing laws, like provisions in the IPC, the provisions in the BNS, they're just too broad, they're too vague, and don't specifically address racism. And I think it's time we change all of that.
See, I'll tell you, in India, as it is, we are broadly divided amongst Aryans and Dravidans. So when we enacted our constitution, this was beyond our contemplation that something of this sort could also crop up. So we have one provision in the constitution which forbids racial discrimination. We have Article 14, which says that there will be equality for everyone.
Yeah.
But then this is something which has gained a lot of traction in, I would say, the last 20-25 years, when we've started witnessing these kind of things, wherein our fellow Indians, they are being abused, harassed, they are being compelled to show their identity or prove that, no, you are also Indians. Okay, now, see, university where I teach, Delhi University, we have specially enacted these Northeast cells. We have these cells for students from the Northeast region of the country, and we undertake programs regularly for sensitization, for telling people that, see, in case there is any such kind of a discrimination, there are many STs also in the Northeast.
Yep.
So those students, they are, time and again, we tell them that, see, there is also this ST Prevention of Atrocities Act. You can always complain against any sort of a discrimination that you face under the law. You can go to the NHRC. You can just simply come to the teachers, and we have a grievance redressal cell and specifically dedicated towards redressal of any complaints that we come across from Northeast students. See, India is a signatory to International Convention on Elimination of All Forms of Racial Discrimination. That is a very old convention. In 1968 itself we signed it. But still it is very unfortunate why till date we have not enacted any specific legislation. We had one single provision in the Indian Penal Code. Now we have reproduced in the BNS in the form of section 196. And we've also made a very nice addition to that. And what is that? Initially, this was about promoting enmity between groups on the grounds of religion, race, and all. And we were like, whether it is by verbal expressions, by gestures, by written communication, and now we say any form of communication, because we've seen that online trolling is something which we are all witnessing. And it's not that it is happening only against people coming from the Northeast region of our country. So any kind of trolling that is happening, whether online or by any other medium, now we have this provision which is covering this also. Now we also talk about hate crimes which are specifically taking place against people coming from the Northeast region. There were earlier instances wherein such people, they would be subjected to extreme violence and sometimes lynching also. So now we have also introduced a provision in the Bharatiya Nyaya Sanhita in provision relating to punishment for murder. What we've done, we've introduced the concept of joint liability. So now wherever there are 5 or more than 5 people, and if with a common objective, they racially abuse a person or they lynch a person, if that is done by a mob consisting of 5 or more persons, which result in the death of that person. Either they kill the person themselves, even if they create such circumstances that the person goes in depression or commits suicide or any such kind of a thing. So then we've got extremely harsh punishments for that.
But it seems like enforcement is a little lapse, Dr. Deshwal. There's a little problem. There's clear-cut gaps when it comes to the enforcement. And I'm going to come back to you because there's a Base Barua committee proposals and recommendations that have still not been implemented.